How to succeed in corporate life. So most of you think that this is you in big corporate America and the big, 50, the big 100, the big 500. We're not. We're talking about corporate life, like leading an entrepreneurial life because you own companies. So let's describe the difference. And first, we're going to start with how do you thrive yourself inside your corporate career, right? If you wanted that path, how do you do that? Let's talk about the benefits and how that might work out. Then we're going to counter that and mirror it against our version of corporate life. How do you live corporate life as an entrepreneur? So how do you actually maximize your tax benefits? How do you reduce your taxes? Because as a corporate life employee, you don't have a lot of options. So get a pen and paper. This one's a big one. So number one, how do you thrive in a corporate career? So I'm going to read some of these things because I'm pretty much unemployable by those folks. So here's how they would tell you to do it. Learn skills that tie directly to your revenue or what you produce for revenue in the company. Now, some of you don't have jobs where you can actually see what you produce. You know you're part of, an upstream or downstream, but you don't know where you are in the food chain. I'm just going to tell you, find where the money is and how do you affect more of it so you can actually then ask for a raise or impact and influence to what are you doing to create more revenue for the corporation. Other ways to do it, build skills for departmental development, leadership, start being more of a manager, leading, getting into the training roles. When I was at Chevron, that's what I moved from being in the field into more of an executive leader, teaching leadership, putting teams together around their health, their safety, those kind of things. And then third, track your wins. You're going to have to keep like an ongoing scorecard of your resume. And those kind of things is just something you want to continue to build. Now, as you move from being an employee to an entrepreneur, you don't have a resume anymore. You have a bio. Typically, you're going to have a website because you're going to be the CEO. You're going to be the owner, founder of a company. And so inside of that, you want to either look at an LLC, a limited partnership, an S Corp, or a C Corp. A tax strategist should be the one telling you, not LegalZoom, not one of the other online places where you can just go, oh, I need an S Corp, I need a C Corp, I need an LLC, just because everybody says that here on the bathroom wall called the internet. You actually don't know what you need until you look at your tax basis and what are you doing. Because everything else, meaning how you invest, what you own, what your inheritance is. All these factors matter in what you need to set up for yourself as a company. When we teach corporate life, we teach make money inside the company. That activates 81, soon to be about 83,000 pages of tax deductions by the great, beautiful big bill and the IRS, which is perfect. So I know that's looking at being eliminated, but if you know how to actually use the code, it cannot 100% be to your benefit. And we teach you that through our tax teams, bookkeeping teams, and just basic common sense on how do you make this behave. Because then you make money inside your company activates the deductions, you pay tax on what you have left. You can also then counter that with investments that actually bring what's called a depreciation schedule, reduces your taxes even more. These companies can work together in different management contracts, intellectual property, royalty, all sorts of ways to actually affect your taxes. I mean, a lot of our very successful clients are paying in the teens and sometimes even single digits in taxes. Very strategically done and very, very thought through and legally documented. If you just want to be an employee, living corporate life and get the raise and do all those things and build a resume and build that, it's a very different life. So can you have both? We would say yes. So don't go out and run and quit your job to be an entrepreneur. But if you want your job, which is having you overpay tax, because in that model, you make money, the tax is taken out of your check right away, and then you get to live on what's left. So Kiyosaki said it best in The Rich Dad Poor Dad. There's one graphic, I should go find the page. And it says there's two tax systems. Which one are you choosing? And you can choose both or just choose one. So most of you only know the one, which is you're employed, you get taxed, you live on what's left. Versus be an entrepreneur, companies make money versus an individual. Then you get to take all the deductions. Then you get to pay tax on what's left. So pick your tax systems, number one. Then you could also pick your investing, your choices and what you want to do. If you're only stuck at a job that offers you a 401k. I don't know how many clients have come to us and they have one asset and it's a big 401k. Is that bad? No, you just have all your eggs in one basket. Is that good money rules? Up to you. You have to decide. So in the show notes below, I'm going to give you 3 chapters of my wealth cycle investing book, which regardless of which corporate life you're living, you need to start looking at investing differently and more diverse. What are your money rules? What are your risks analysis? Start understanding money. Leaning in and learning is one of the most vital parts to this entire process. So many people listen to me and they'll say, oh, Loral can fix it because she has a magic wand. No, actually don't. I mean, physically, yes, like this, but I don't have a magic wand for you. You're the one that has to execute this in your life and actually look at, do I want to build a legacy? What do I want to do with this? Now, before I go on to the do's and don'ts and a few more tips, I want you to subscribe to my channel. Be here 5 days a week. It's family friendly. We set it up for 5 years old and up. We have a journal. If you want to grab the journal, it's also in the show notes. There's a link to get it. And inside the journal is what video you watched, what day you watched it, what's the topic, and then what did you learn and what are you going to do about it? So you start building a learning journal that is critical for you and your family's success. So what are the do's and don'ts? So inside the company, if you actually have a company, you probably want to maximize all the perks and the benefits and health benefits, life insurance, all the things they offer you, 401ks. If they have matching, match it. If you don't know and you're a client of ours, we have a great self-directed IRA team that will actually look at it and just tell you the truth about what your plan is. Some plans are great, like I had a great Chevron plan. Some plans are like, not that great. And you're limited in the amount of investment choices you get to make. And again, are you educated enough to even make these choices? Are you just clicking boxes, which is what most people do? And your HR advisor honestly, legally can't tell you what to do. I can't tell you what to do either. I'm not licensed to. You've got to start learning and getting educated in what you want. Now, that's what you do. What you don't do is want to be over here as an entrepreneur and continue to live over here in a straddle that is beyond your capability, meaning you aren't finding teammates. If you're going to straddle, you're going to need some team. You're going to need help. You're going to need people to put it together, because to be an entrepreneur, there are 7 divisions, right, to most companies. So in every business, you have to learn to market, which is get a lead. You've got to sell, understand accounting and cash flow. You have to fulfill the thing that you're doing, understand operations, tech, and customer service. And there could be other departments depending on the kind of company you have. So to be an entrepreneur, you've got to really lean in and learn those skills. Other things, what not to do if you're in the job is don't just focus on like getting promoted as your financial growth. Start looking at other options. And what we find with a lot of employees that really, really know how to nail the sequence and actually get on track for a millionaire plan is they do both. So to live corporate life our way, the Millionaire Maker way, I want to invite you to our Millionaire Intensive. So there's 2 tickets below in the show notes just for you. And if you've been before, remember, we're saying you need to be there like 8 to 10 times in a repetition basis, which means most of the year, to truly understand it, make a jump, make a leap and say, yeah, I'm in. I need a team. You go out and find one on your own. I have a lot of people that go to askloral.com and ask a question like, I just want your tax team, or I want your trust team. This isn't a menu. It's an integrated process of having a sequence around what it takes for you to take where you are to where you want to go. So if you have any questions, want to learn more, go to askloral.com, ASKLORAL, ask a question, make a request, and please put in there that I want to talk to somebody one-on-one on my team about my current situation and what corporate life you truly want to live. And we'll be back tomorrow with more content.